Assault on the right to education in Turkey. On the occasion of the International Day of Education, the Journalists and Writers Foundation is launching its latest report, Assault on the Right to Education in Turkey, calling on the Turkish government to uphold fundamental human rights and its international obligations on the right to education by implementing effective measures. The report, Assault on the Right to Education in Turkey, sheds light on the violations of the right to education by the government of Turkey in the aftermath of the attempted coup of July 15, 2016. The report focuses on the right to education by drawing in-depth information from structured interviews with Turkish students, whose right to education has been violated by the government of Turkey, and by analyzing arbitrary arrests, abductions, detentions, threats, dismissals, and confiscations in the education sector, using new discriminatory legislation and decree laws. The findings of the report reveal that the Turkish government is in flagrant breach of its international obligations under the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights, ICESCR, to respect, protect, and fulfill each of the essential features of the right to education: availability, accessibility, acceptability, adaptability. The Turkish government has introduced new legislation and practices in education that discriminate against students, teachers, and academics based on their affiliation with different groups. In particular, those close to the Hizmet Gülen movement. The Turkish government arbitrarily closed thousands of private educational institutions and confiscated their properties and assets in a discriminatory manner. The actions of the Turkish government have had devastating effects on higher education in Turkey by denying academic freedom and other freedoms, ultimately jeopardizing Turkey's future. The Journalists and Writers Foundation calls on the Turkish government to review and repeal all discriminatory legislation and comply with relevant international law, the Turkish legislation and rulings of the highest courts. Reverse all the de facto discriminatory legislation and practices in the education system, including labeling students with diplomas stating, "Closed by Decree Law 667, rescind the decisions to close and confiscate private educational institutions and return the thousands of educational institutions to their legitimate owners," end its attack on the institutions and individuals based on their socio-cultural affiliation. Reverse all criminal charges based on decree laws, KHK. Release all teachers and academics deprived of their liberty for exercising their fundamental freedoms and ensure academic freedom. Restore all students, teachers, and academics dismissed by decree laws to their former positions. The celebration and observance of the International Day of Education is an opportunity for the United Nations and its member states to remind the Turkish government to maintain a transparent and effective education system, consistent with the standards of academic freedom, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and relevant international instruments to which Turkey is a state party. Take action and support our campaign with #RightToEducationTurkey on social media.